This is F1 Petrolhead here, and this is the Malaysian Grand Prix. And now, showing you my lap. So up in 7th gear, braking as late as possible, then taking a good line through there, and then another good line, then open DRS and using some curves as early as possible. Aim to get around near the end of the curb, around 19 seconds, and then coming up here and we go 1.087 seconds quicker than anybody else through first sector. We were fastest through the first sector in practice and qualifying and the race. And now coming around here, open DRS again and then braking, and that's very hard to braking point. Then coming around there and we open DRS, then close it and then open it again, and up into 7th gear, braking around just after the 100 meter board. Then coming around here, and now this is a very hard braking point, braking about there, then coming around the corner and open DRS, and we are 9/10 quicker than Vern through there. But third sector, this is where we really lose time. This is the hardest corner, and I just can't seem to get a good run onto the straight, and I run wide as well. And then open DRS as early as possible, use the rest of my curves, but that corner is just really, really hard. I just can't get the braking right. I just go wide, and pretty much I just can't get the corner right. But braking for the hairpin, taking a very good line, open DRS very early. Now on the run to the line, and our time is a 1:39.166. So we're out in qualifying, and no big name knockouts in the first part of qualifying. And so yeah, now let's go over to the race. So it's quite wet, it looks like, at the moment, but it's still dry enough for dry tyres. And so we're lining up in 17th. Somebody obviously got a penalty, but where did Pastor Maldonado qualify is what I'm wondering right now, as we are going to have the normal fuel strategy. And Pastor Maldonado second for Williams. Now just going through my setup. And if you want to know where I get my setups, I get it off a website called f12012setups.com, .co.uk. And it says only for wheel and pedals without with no assists, but that's a lie. Anyway, Vettel lines up on pole for Red Bull, Pastor Maldonado, my teammate, in second for Williams, and third Nico Rosberg for Mercedes. And now going out onto track, and 17th, I don't know who got a penalty, but I think it may well have been Daniel Ricciardo. But either way, we're now going out onto the grid, and I just really want to get some points. And just to let you know, I have switched down to professional difficulty because Legend was just too hard, and yeah, it's just not going to be possible to do very well. And so, running up on 17th, and it's a lot wetter than I thought. And so, now 5 red lights, and we're away and switching up to the rich mix and using curves, and everybody got a slow getaway, including me a little bit. And there's lots of spray, so it's wetter than I thought. And we're up here to P12, and now braking for the first corner, a little contact with Kimi Räikkönen, and now we're up into 6th already. And there's my teammate Pastor Maldonado losing out. He's in 3rd place, and we get past him and Alonso as Maldonado has now come back, and he's behind me. So now Vettel, and we were gaining on him. This is where we can really make amends in this race, because we're fast through the first sector and braking up here, and we don't lock up somehow, but we do have a little slide out the corner, and we've taken the lead of the race. And now it's quite good, and there's yellow flags in sector 1 and 2, so something's happened in both of them, and it's actually raining harder than I thought. But anyway, Pastor Maldonado and me, it looks like we have a great chance for this Grand Prix, because so it's obviously very realistic, because Williams, we did actually win a Grand Prix in 2012. They won the Spanish Grand Prix with Pastor Maldonado, as Alonso is now taking Maldonado, So Malnado's lost a place, and we are 9 tenths ahead of Vettel, so it's not that bad. But it's raining quite hard, and we're into the third sector. And now this corner, I run wide a little bit as it's the hardest corner that I find on this track, and slide a little bit. But we take it much better, don't run wide, and we get a good run onto the straight for once. And that actually happens quite a few times in this Grand Prix. But going up onto the straight, and now brake for the hairpin, and Vettel slowed down much earlier. But watch this. They're going into the pits. All the AI are just streaming into the pits for intermediate tyres. But I don't know why. And now coming across the line for lap 2 and cutting to later in lap 2, as they're all on intermediate tyres, and I decided to pit for the intermediate tyres because we've lost 3 seconds alone in one sector to Alonso. And that's just not good, because and so I'm thinking maybe we could come out in the lead, and if not the lead, then at least second. But you just have to wait and see. And so we're coming into the pits, and we are switching to the intermediate tyres, as now we're in the pits, and we just set the fastest lap of the race there, but that doesn't really count for anything, as we're in the pits and switching to the intermediate tyres, and that's a 3.505 stop, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we rejoin in third, right behind our teammate Pastor Maldonado. So now let's see if we lose any more time, and we have lost time, as now the AI have pitted the previous lap for dry tyres, and so I'm pitting for dry tyres, and I was thinking I'm going to go to the primes, but I decided to go to the options because I have learnt from experience that the option tyres do actually last, and so back up into the lead, but that's not going to last. And so now we're switching to the option tyres, and I'm so disappointed because we just did 2 laps on the intermediate tyres. So, and that's just ruined our race. But just imagine what would have happened if we had stayed on dry tyres. We would be leading the race probably by quite a big comfortable margin. So we lose it, goes sideways, Hamilton gets past, and then as I look behind with marbles on my tyres, Rosberg is right there. So we use all of our curves to try and stay ahead of him, which we do, which is quite alright. Now switching to cutting to lap 13, and we're on the straight, and bragging around here, and Alonso is now in 4th as Pastor Maldonado leads the race. So my teammate leads the race, and Rosberg's got DRS, but Alonso, he was leading us by 13 seconds at one stage as Rosberg passes us, but now we just come right up the inside, and there, look at Alonso, look how close Alonso is. So Alonso is just so much closer than he was, and just coming around here, this is pretty much what the lap of a Williams driver is, and there's a Ferrari, but I would pretty much talk about the lap, but we've just closed in on Alonso, and it's just too important, and we're now 2.5 seconds behind Alonso. So 4th place may be in reach as Sebastian Vettel sets fast lap of the Grand Prix. Going around here, and the second and first sector is really the part where we can gain, but this is the final lap of the Grand Prix. Breaking there, and look how close we are now to Alonso. Ride the curb, and that sends us spinning a little bit. And so Rosberg passes us as Pastor Maldonado, my teammate, wins the race for Williams. And now pretty much we are just defending from Roman Grosjean as Nico Rosberg has taken us. And so I was really disappointed about this because we're now just going to have 16 points in the championship, and my teammate has already got 25. And so out of 2 races, we've got 16 points, but out of 1 race with my teammate has got 25. Now Button's overtaken Grosjean, and we're trying to get this, and they go 3 wide around this corner as I lock up and onto the marbles a little bit, but I'm really and to the line. So we get 6th place, but I'm really disappointed because I really feel that a 4th place was up for grabs, but 5th at least. But thanks to that mistake, if I hadn't made that mistake, I would have finished 5th or 4th. So that's disappointing. And the top 3 is Pastor Maldonado for Williams, Lewis Hamilton for McLaren Mercedes, and Kimi Raikkonen for Lotus Formula 1 team. And the pole sitter Sebastian Vettel finishes 17th. That may well be in a contact for that. And Jean-Eric Verne without the penalty. So I'm guessing it was Daniel Ricciardo. And so now going on to the Drivers' Championship in any second now. And here we are. So Pastor Maldonado moves straight up to 3rd, 5 points behind Fernando Alonso in 2nd, in just one race, with 1 race win. And we're still in 6th on 16 points, tying on points with the Lotus of Kimi Raikkonen, and we are 1 point behind Romain Grosjean. And Williams, thanks to that win and 6th place, we now are on, I think that is 41 points, 14 off Lewis Hamilton. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at F1HeadPetrol. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new to my channel for weekly F1 content. This has been F1 Petrolhead, and I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.